Greetings, fellow citizens of Cotino. Ricky here on the edge of Cotino doing an update. It's been 2 years since we've been here. Let's check out and see what Disney's done in the last year, 2 years since we've shot a video here. And don't forget, I hold all of the Cotino YouTube records as of right now. Let's jump in, and I'm sorry that it's loud and I'm sorry that it's windy, but what are you gonna do? We're in the desert shooting some Disney content. Back on the site of Cotino. Last time I was here, I did the first ever live stream in this spot. And then the times before that, I was the first vlogger to ever film out here. It's been a couple of years, but I'm back to check in and see what exactly has happened in this spot since the last time we were there. And so far, retainer walls and sidewalks. God bless America. And if you think there's nothing to see now, you should have been with me on the first times that I came out here. I came out here right after this was announced, and boy, oh boy, was there nothing. Those first couple of visits, there was absolutely nothing to see, and it was covered with trash. So far, I have not seen one piece of trash on the ground. So at least one part of Walt Disney's legacy is being held true here, because it does have the Disney cleanliness applied to it. The one thing that I did find in the trash the first time I came here was a cocoa balloon. So I thought finding Disney merch on property, I might also have the record for the first person to ever get merch from Cotino. And I did keep that deflated cocoa balloon of Miguel. Put it in a Ziploc bag and said, first Cotino souvenir. This corner behind me will be where the hotel goes in, the resort part of this construction project, where there'll be a shopping area. This is sort of the visitor part of this project. As we go over in the other direction, that's where it becomes residential, where people can buy one of the homes and live in here. So far to date, 10 homes have been sold. The homes start at, I think, $1 million plus. There's 4 or 5 different designs currently that you can pick from. No, I will not be buying one. I can't even afford to live in my own neighborhood, much less this one. But I think the one part about this that rubbed people kind of the wrong way, because I have made videos about this, and it didn't seem like anybody cared. If you do care, comment below, because I love coming out to the desert and I love covering Disney projects, especially projects when it's about architecture and design. But I feel like the spot where they rubbed people wrong was calling it story living. I feel like that feels a little bit invasive to some people, and Disney going a step too far. As always, different branding, different labeling can give your consumer a much different expectation on what your product will be. And I'm trying to film this in between traffic because it is loud out here. And there's already residents that live across the street. Would love to talk to those people. How do you feel about Disney building something across the street from you? If you live over there and you want to have a conversation, hit me up. As you can see through here, there is that wall that they haven't covered yet with the smooth outer shell. There's also a gap. With the way that this is rolled back here on each side with the, you know, the bend here, I'm going to assume that this is going to be some sort of grand entryway. Maybe this will be where you roll into the resort hotel, and this area that I'm standing in at some point will be that check-in, check-out station. Don't forget, there's going to be restaurants, shopping in here. They're going to try to bring in people for an afternoon, for a 1-night, 2-night, week-long stay, but they're also trying to book a different part of this for long-term guests that want to live in a gated community designed by Disney, not built by Disney, but designed by Disney, and I think somewhat of a licensing deal on the management. To be determined on that, but I do believe that at one point we'll be able to look back at this footage and be like, this was the grand entryway into the hotel, because why else would they have these walls bending like this? And I mean, these walls could also just be temporary ones that could get smashed out if this becomes the opening part of the hotel. Let's go to the sky and look and see what we could find inside of the construction zone, because there's not a lot to see out on the sidewalk. As we arrive above the southeast corner, keep in mind, this development is so big that everything that you see right now is just for future development. This plot of land is nearly the exact same north-south length as the current footprint of the Disneyland Resort. I'll just let that sink in for a minute. This property is bigger than the Disneyland Resort. That is crazy and shows just how much they have to work with here. Currently, Cotino is only planning on building on 50% of the actual footprint. The actual current development starts at the fluorescent green treatment you see about 3/4 up on your screen. And look at that beautiful view of being surrounded by mountains. Now imagine sitting beachside on the Crystal Lagoon with a cold beverage in hand. You can see in Google Earth that Disney has already started to carve out its shape, the depth, and the shoreline of the Crystal Lagoon. And in an area that already has some impressive resorts, this Crystal Lagoon is its competitive edge. This resort will have over all the others in the area, and there are some amazing resorts out here. I think the Crystal Lagoon trumps the name Disney as far as having an attraction to bring people into this resort. The corner of Gerald Ford and Monterey is where the residential and commercial boundaries will touch. Everything left of this intersection will be for shoppers and hotel guests. Everything to the right will be the residential, single-family home, multifamily dwellings, and condos. Eventually, like the Marriott across the street, it will be lush and green, landscaped to Disney's normal level of perfection. With private beaches for residents and other beaches for hotel guests and day passes, it'll have 7 parks inside the community, including the dog park, private clubs, and spaces for its residents. But for everyone else, it will have a future shopping plaza, resort hotels, and dining experiences for all of us short-term guests. And I believe that even if you ignore the homes and the residential side of this project and focus more on the resort side of the Crystal Lagoon, there's a lot to be excited about. There's going to be a lot here to explore, and you don't have to be a millionaire to experience this part of the project. It seems that it's got a very bad reputation due to the very expensive homes, but this project will be more accessible to most Disney fans than they currently realize. So I'm predicting it will be a success. But with no rides, it will strictly be for the vibes crowd. So you know I'll see you there. These retainer walls are on, I would say, maybe 40% of the overall footprint, but something to keep in mind, this space is bigger than the Disneyland Resort as it stands today. This is a massive, massive footprint for Cotino, and putting walls around the whole thing is no easy task. And I apologize for any wind noise. It is crazy out here. When I look at these walls, I can see at the foundation level or the base level where it touches the soil, they are concrete blocks put together in a traditional wall. But then there's this smooth coating that's on the outside, and it does change colors in different spots. It goes from like a khaki to a beige taupe. It also in some parts has like the Palm Spring pattern blocks in it that look like flowers that you can see through. But just the cost of putting a wall around this place would be insane. But that's basically it from the outer edge, and also these sidewalks. When I came here before, I just had to completely walk through sand and dirt and trash. It does look like it's been cleaned up. It does have some sidewalks, and it does have walls. Woo, we're off to a good start. And here's one of those spots where you can see tonally that the walls do turn colors. And if I zoom in, you can also see that it is just a basic concrete block wall, but then it has that smooth exterior finish. All right, I'm gonna go hop in the car. I'm gonna drive over to the service center, or the sales center. Looks like that gate's open. I don't wanna trespass, but if I can pull in there and get any shots or see anything or talk to somebody, I'm gonna do that. But not gonna be a long video, just out here on vacation, celebrating my anniversary with my lovely wife, Beth. Now been together for 21 years, and wanted to jump over here and just do a little quick update. And if you enjoy this, if you want to see this project come together, I'd love to have a reason to go to the desert. Let me know in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe to Hey Ricky. And I'm obviously not wearing my 1901 hoodie right now, but if you want to support the channel while we're in the 40,000s, that's the best way to do it. Friends, I went into the sales center. They were very kind in there. I asked, do you mind if I film? And they were able to let me film inside the sales center and also film the building. Two nice gentlemen in there working. I appreciate you asking on my behalf. And look at this. We have a sales center. Over here we have the guard shack. And dude, they're ready to roll. They just need to get roads in here, but you can kind of already see the dirt to where it's all going. So yeah, this is definitely coming together. Even though from above we don't see a lot happening, it looks like kind of all that beginning stages of the infrastructure is being built. But the thing that I'm so curious about, that big, beautiful turquoise lagoon that will be planted in the middle of Cotino, that thing looks amazing. That's the type of thing that Disney could pull off. And as somebody who loves to vacation in the desert, sitting on the shores of that body of water, hugged all around you by the mountains, that will be a fantastic vacation experience. And for the people that are kind of like naysayers on this whole thing, like, you know, I've been out here filming since the very beginning because I'm kind of obsessed with this project. I love this part of California. And you mark my word, everybody's rolling their eyes now, but at some point, all the other channels, all the other YouTube people will come out here, and this will be a thing. People will come out here, stay at the resort, vacation Disney style out in the desert. The resort part of this, I do believe, will be a bigger deal than what most people assume that it will be now. Now, as far as the homes go, that is for a very select few. They sell homes inside of the Magic Kingdom at Golden Oak. So this is not a new thing of putting Disney houses inside of Disney developments. That is something that happens, but you mark my word, the resort part of this will end up being a big deal. Way bigger than most people think right now. I have a beat on this one, and I'm telling you, the resort will win over a lot of Disney fans and will become a part of their Disney experience. And for a lot of families, their experience when they come out to California, experience the parks, go down to the desert, stay here at the resort, chill beachside, and also you're 20 minutes away from Palm Springs, which is one of the most beautifully designed cities in all of America. Yesterday, I went to Liberace's house, and it was exactly what you think it would be. It looked like Liberace's house. And look at that. We have street signs already up. Street signs. And then this looks like this will be where the neighborhood's at. And there is already, look at that. There is a building off to the distance there. And as I explore the map, I do believe this building that we're looking at them construct is this building right here. It's right on the other side of Brilliance Avenue. That appears to be the Brilliance Avenue street sign. So I believe this building is maybe 2 parcels of land away from the shores of Cotino Bay. You can see a couple of guys doing work. That is awesome. That looks so far away. This property is absolutely humongous. And here's another shot of that first building, as well as you can see another street sign. And then looking over here, there is another structure that's going up, as well as them doing some watering. I know it's a big deal that there's not supposed to be any dust spillage from this property. Wow, this is so cool to see it all at the very beginning. I love it. Oh, and look at that. A third little building over there. And it looks like there's palm trees put around that building and grass. That might be one of the first model homes, because you can see there's a little bit of green space around that one. Wow, this is very, very cool. Very cool. And then coming over here, you can just see, boom, the mountains off to the side. You can see the dirt roads where they're going to be paving the actual road soon. When I'm in the car, you can actually see they've already got the maps loaded into Google Earth. They have the roads loaded into Google Earth. I just don't think they have them all paved yet. Look at this. I'm going to stay here and get sprayed. And then I was informed that this is the guard shack. Very beautiful. Very beautiful little building for a guard shack. That's cool looking. And then here is the sales center. Well, friends, from inside Cotino, I'm inside legit, baby. Outside of the edge of the welcoming center, the sales center, there's activity happening here. It's fun to see it all come together. And we'll see. We'll see if my prediction is true, that this becomes sort of a big deal, a big part of a lot of people's Disney experience, the desert experience. I have a good vibe on this. and I'm excited to see it mature and grow. Thank you so much to the cast members that allowed me to come in and film the lobby today. That was awesome. I appreciate you guys. Hope you had fun on this quick little update of everything that's happening out at Rancho Mirage at Cotino.